Hello everybody, this is me Johan here. This Samsung A50 is a phone that I've been using on and off over the past 9 months. And for some time, I completely stopped using the phone. That is because Samsung were way behind the security patches and it was still on Android 9. But just recently it got the Android 10 update. And I've been using it ever since then. And this is my Samsung Galaxy A50 review in 2020. The one thing I've been really impressed in this phone is the quality of the earpiece on this phone. I mean, I made a lot of calls on this phone, and to tell you the truth, the voice on the other side sounded so clear. I never had an issue where I landed up asking the other person, could you repeat what you said? And this is not the case with most of the phones that I use. Most of the phones that I use do not have great earpiece quality. I mean, it's either average or a little above average. The earpiece quality on this phone has been really excellent. The one thing I've really enjoyed using on this phone has been its display. It's got a full HD plus 1080p Super AMOLED 6.4-inch display. And there is no one in the industry who can make better Super AMOLED displays than Samsung. I'll just play a video clip to just showcase to you guys the quality of this phone's display. As you guys can just see how the colors are just popping out of this phone's display. I've just set the phone's brightness to 60%. And this is one of the rare phones where I did not need to crank the phone's display to actually enjoy the content of the videos being played on its display. I was super happy with it the moment I bought the phone, and even today, it continues to be a pleasurable experience. How has the battery life of this phone held up? This phone does come with a 4000 mAh battery, and now with the Android 10 update and One UI 2.0 on top of it, I've been using the system-wide dark mode through and throughout. In terms of battery life, I experienced a 10% increase in the battery life using the dark mode. Whenever I played games on this phone, I could consistently get over 6 hours of screen on time. When I did not game on this phone, I could consistently get over 7 hours of screen on time on this phone. In terms of standby, I was averaging anywhere between 1 day and close to 1.5 days. So battery life was really good at the moment I bought this phone, and even today, it's really good. Alright, what is it that I liked about this One UI 2.0? One is obviously the system-wide dark mode, which makes everything look a lot more cooler and helps a bit in the battery efficiency. And next is obviously the screen recorder. Now I'm happy that they've given us the opportunity to have a screen recorder. And next is obviously the Wi-Fi calling. So these are the three features that I've really enjoyed using the most in One UI 2.0. Another area where this phone has impressed me has been with its camera system. It's got a triple camera system at the back and a selfie camera in the front. Overall, I've been satisfied with the camera performance of this phone.
The cameras on this phone do a good job in daylight, with the wide angle really helping in getting in so much of footage. And even today, it's a good shooter. Low light camera performance too is acceptable, as the night mode helps in getting decent pics overall. Regarding the selfies, honestly, I need no makeup, as the beauty mode seems to be on constantly and kind of gives the face a rather artificial feel. I'm not overly impressed over here. Nevertheless, I'm still happy with the overall camera performance even today. On Android 9, the performance was decent, but there was a bit of stuttering here and there, especially when it came to switching between apps. It felt very choppy. On Android 10, the general performance has improved significantly. As you guys can see, the app opening animations are a lot faster and smoother on One UI 2.0, and more importantly, switching between apps is not a stuttering issue now, but now a smooth experience overall.
The one area in this phone where I have not been one bit pleased has been with its build quality. The back is made up of plastic, the frame is made up of plastic, the front is obviously made up of Corning Gorilla Glass. Power button, volume button, all made up of plastic. See, they don't necessarily feel tactile and premium or anything like that. I mean, you get phones at around that 15,000 rupee mark that do come with Corning Gorilla Glass in the front and back and give a good feel overall in terms of build quality. Another thing, the back is like a fingerprint magnet. As you guys can see, it's just a lot of smudges all around. Now, have I faced any issues in terms of scratches? Fortunately, no. The reason behind that is because I used this case that came bundled along with the phone. So this is a phone you cannot just use just like that. You definitely need a case while using this phone. But this in no ways makes it a bad looking phone. As you guys can see, the variant I have with me is blue in color and it has a nice shiny gloss to its back. Aesthetically, I liked the phone when I bought it, and even today, 9 months down the lane, I still feel it's a pretty good looking phone. I cannot say the same with the audio that comes out of the single fairing speaker of this phone. See, it's loud enough and gets the job done, but I'll just play a video clip of one of my videos to showcase to you all what complaint I actually have over it. So I'll just play the video clip. As you guys can hear, it sounds really loud now. That's because it's a relatively quiet environment over here. But the second there's a good amount of noise in the environment, you need to crank this volume of this phone's speaker up to 100%. And as you guys can hear, it sounds a little tinny. If you just crank it down by one volume, it sounds clear and crisp, but I felt it could have been a little bit more louder. What are any problems I faced with this new software update?
I faced a bug in WhatsApp. Whenever I received a call on WhatsApp, it would ring but not appear on the screen. I had to go into the app and then tap and then only be able to answer the call.
Now regarding the PUBG gameplay, it can go all the way up to HDR graphics settings and ultra frame rates, but not advisable one bit. Ideally, it's best at HD graphics settings and either medium or high frame rates. The reason I say that is at HDR graphics settings, the gameplay isn't all that smooth.
PUBG was mostly playable, and I played it at HD graphics settings with either medium or high frame rates, and at these settings, it was a good experience overall. I didn't face many unwanted frame drops. This is not a gaming-centric smartphone though. In terms of gaming, its Chinese alternatives at its similar price point offer a much better gaming experience, largely thanks to them having significantly more powerful processors.
The one problem I did face while playing this game is just after 15 or 20 minutes of playing this game, the back of this phone, this portion over here in particular, tends to get a little hot. Not alarmingly hot, but nevertheless hot. The Samsung M21, the Samsung M30, M30s, M31 and the Samsung A51. All these phones come bundled with the Exynos 9611 processor. So if you own the Samsung A50, it makes no sense whatsoever to upgrade to either one of these phones. Coming to the final verdict, is this Samsung A50 worth keeping in 2020? Absolutely. Now that it's received the latest Android 10 update and it's on One UI 2.0, there have been significant improvements in terms of the phone's overall UI experience, and you can very well use the phone for another 1 more year. The one gripe I do have is that these guys are really lagging behind in terms of security patches. It is the month of June 2020 and this phone is still on the March security patch. Nevertheless, the phone will be updated for 1 more year. So people who own this phone, hold on to the phone for 1 more year at least. And when y'all do think of upgrading, upgrade to a Samsung phone that comes with either the Exynos 9612 processor or the 9613 processor for y'all to actually feel the difference in performance.
So that's it for me today guys. I hope you guys liked the video. If you guys loved the video, I'd appreciate it if you guys could give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and do hit the bell icon so that you all get notified with the latest and greatest videos the second they are uploaded on YouTube by me. So what else can I say? Wishing all of you a tremendous day ahead of you. Ciao for now.